After hearing all that Vipin said, the girl's expressions calmed down a little. She took a slow breath and realized that there was nothing wrong with her body. She tried to recall the events of the previous night and found everything Vipin said to be true. When she remembered taking off her clothes herself, her face turned red with shame and anger. I'm sorry. Her voice was very soft, as if a mosquito was buzzing. It's okay, Vipin said, nodding. Then there was an awkward silence between the two. Can you turn around for a second? The girl raised her head and requested softly. Okay. Vipin immediately turned to the other side. While dressing behind him, the girl asked Vipin, "Thanks for helping me last night. You are so young. Are you still a student?" "No, I don't go to school anymore. I make deliveries now," Vipin replied, though he didn't feel good about telling her this, as dropping out of school was one of the biggest regrets of his life. "Oh!" She listened to Vipin and didn't say anything further. Vipin's lips tightened. He thought she might have mistaken him for a poor person. He could see that this girl was from a high-profile background. She was either rich or well-connected to rich people and would probably look down on poor people like him. "Done," the girl said after a few minutes. Vipin turned around and his eyes lit up. The girl in front of him had made a different impression on him. She was dressed properly and yet she looked alluring. There were no words to describe her beauty. In a tight miniskirt and black pantyhose, she looked even more attractive than before. The girl then took out a business card from her purse and gave it to Vipin. Smiling softly, she said, "This is my business card. If you need anything, you can contact me anytime without hesitation." Vipin looked at the card given to him carefully and was surprised. The card read, "Sonam Bajwa, Bajwa Corporation Industries President." His eyelids narrowed as he read this, and a look of surprise appeared on his face. He is from a very rich family and is also on the post of a president, Vipin thought in his heart. "I remembered some important work, so I have to leave early. Okay, bye. I'm leaving." Sonam turned and headed towards the door of the room. After walking a few steps, Sonam stopped walking. Then she opened her handbag and took out her purse. She took out a bundle of 100 rupee notes and handed it to Vipin. "It's fine." Vipin waved his hand to indicate that he did not need money. "Just keep these, at least consider it as room rent," Sonam insisted. "Okay." Vipin took the money thinking she wouldn't feel bad. "Okay, this is for you," he said, taking out a box of beauty cream from his backpack and giving it to her. "What is this?" Sonam furrowed her eyebrows and asked suspiciously. "This is a handmade beauty cream made by our family recipe," Vipin said. "Family recipe?" She looked surprised, but then Sonam took the box of cream. She didn't want to make Vipin feel bad. She said thanks and left the room. Vipin watched her go. Then he looked at the business card once more and put it in his pocket. "Oh shit! How did I forget my bike?" Vipin said, hitting his forehead with his hand. He suddenly remembered that his three-wheeler was still parked in front of Paradise Spa. He immediately rushed to the spa, but found that his bike was missing. "Oh no! Which bastard stole my bike?" Vipin shouted loudly. However, he was not too upset about the bike being stolen, as the bike was already quite old. He then called Anandji and told him that he would be on leave today, and took a bus to his village. He had just reached home when he got a call from Mr. Mohan. "Hello? Vipin? Why haven't you come here yet? I have been waiting for you for so long," Mr. Mohan said angrily. "Bhai Sahab, I had some important work early in the morning, which took time. I will be back in the city by afternoon," Vipin clarified. "By the way, did Bobby try the beauty cream? Did she like it or not?" Mr. Mohan laughed loudly and replied, "Like it? She has almost gone mad since using it." "Ah? Gone mad?" "Oh no, not really mad. She has gone mad with happiness. She has been waiting for you to come ever since." "By the way, your beauty cream is miraculous, absolutely amazing," Mr. Mohan said excitedly. "Vipin, maybe your ancestors must have been some miraculous Baba who had such wonderful remedies." "Haha," Vipin laughed a little. His ancestors were not miraculous but farmers. "Vipin, remember, when you come, bring some more boxes with you. Don't worry about the money. I will pay you the full amount," Mr. Mohan said politely. "Okay, Bhai Sahab, I will bring some more boxes when I come to the city," Vipin said and then disconnected the phone. 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles. Vipin counted the bottles of herbal weight loss tea that were lined up on the table. There were 20 bottles in total. 20 bottles, that's all I have. Vipin panicked, then packed those bottles into his backpack. If he sells them at 6,000 rupees per bottle, he will have 1,20,000 rupees. And this other potion, 1 bottle too. 8 bottles, that's enough. He put the other potion into his backpack as well. The remaining beauty cream, there were 10 cans in total. His backpack looked bloated after packing all the products. He carefully put on the backpack and then left the house. In the city, he bought a new 3-wheeler bike and left for work. When he reached DLF Leisure Park, it was already afternoon. Vipin, you have come! Mr. Mohan was standing in front of his house at this time. He shouted happily, seeing Vipin coming. Vipin could not recognize Mr. Mohan after just one day. Earlier, he used to weigh around 100 to 120 kilograms, but now he was just 70 to 75 kilograms. There were some changes in his face too, and he looked more handsome than before. Standing next to Mr. Mohan was a 30-year-old woman. She was Mr. Mohan's wife, Radhika. Namaste Badabhai, Namaste Bhabiji, Vipin greeted her as he got off his bike. Vipin, your beauty cream is really amazing. Look, how beautiful my skin has become in just one day, said Radhika, showing the skin on one of her hands. Then she showed her other hand too. The skin color of both the hands looked different. The skin on the right hand was fair, and the skin on the left hand looked a little dull. This is amazing, Vipin thought. Vipin, have you brought any more creams? Show it to me once, please, said Radhika impatiently. Yes, I have brought 10 boxes. Vipin opened his backpack and took out boxes of beauty cream. The happiness on Radhika's face was clearly visible. Vipin, have you brought anything for me or not? Mohanji asked impatiently. What's the hurry, brother? Wait, I'll give it to you, Vipin said smiling, and started taking out the bottles of sexual potion one by one. Mohanji held the bottles in his arms as if they were priceless treasures. Oh my god, 8 bottles! Mohanji jumped with joy. And here is herbal weight loss tea too. There are 20 bottles in total. Do you want all of them, big brother? Vipin asked. Of course, why wouldn't I? Give me whatever you have. My friends tried it and now they want more herbal tea, Mohanji said excitedly. Okay then. Vipin gave him the whole backpack. Wait a minute, let me calculate them. I will give you 20,000 rupees for each of these medicines, so 8 bottles will cost 1,60,000. 6,000 for weight loss medicines. No, 8,000, yes. 8,000 is fine. My friends have a lot of money, and they will pay whatever price you ask. So 1,60,000 for these too. As for the beauty cream, what is its price, Vipin? Big brother, you decide that too, Vipin said casually. 5,000 is fine. So 10 cans will cost 50,000. In total 3,70,000 rupees, Vipin. I will get this money transferred to your bank account, Mohanji said. Okay, Vipin replied with satisfaction. Mohanji saw the delivery packages on Vipin's 3-wheeler and asked, Vipin, you have earned a lot of money now. Why are you still doing deliveries? You don't know. I have never praised anyone so much. In fact, you are the first person I have liked so much. Vipin, you are a very talented boy. Why are you still doing the job of a delivery boy? You can earn a lot of money just by selling these products, Mohanji said. Okay, Radhika agreed. Vipin, do you have a girlfriend or not? If not, I will find a nice girl for you. It's fine. Vipin was a little hesitant. Hey son, why are you feeling shy? Radhika said smiling. Vipin said goodbye to both of them and then left the place sitting on his 3-wheeler. While riding the bike, he thought that now he should quit his job. He had about 60,000 rupees left from the money he had received earlier, and now with 3,70,000, he had 4,30,000 rupees. Really, it was a game of luck. Till yesterday he barely had enough money to eat, but now he can earn lakhs in a day. If he keeps selling products like this, he will have even more money in the future. Currently, he did not have any special work, so there was no problem in delivering packages in the meantime. Also, when he was admitted in the hospital, Anandji did not give his job to anyone else. So it would not be right to leave the job immediately. He thought of continuing the job for some more time so that Anandji could find his replacement. Just then the phone in his pocket started vibrating. A notification came on the phone, which was about money being credited to the bank account. Vipin got a notification. 430,000 rupees. His heart stopped for a moment. If this was the case earlier, he was not sure he could have saved so much money despite working so hard all his life. Should I buy something for myself? He thought, looking at the old clothes he was wearing, the old phone in his hand, and the worn-out shoes. After thinking for a while, he shook his head. It doesn't matter. These things are not that important. Well, 430,000 is not much, and I would rather spend it on something important, like medicinal herbs. If I reach the 2nd level of the Gyan Chakra soon, I can also start practicing magic. Clothes and other things are all illusions, they are not that important. Yes? but I should buy something for Anand uncle. Then he suddenly remembered what Miss Radhika had said. About a girlfriend. Vipin sighed. An old memory came to his mind. She was a girl with a ponytail who looked pretty, sweet and gentle. When she laughed, 2 cute dimples appeared on her cheeks. This girl's name was Lavanya. She was his first crush and girlfriend. During school time, they were in a casual relationship. However, later she was replaced by someone else. That person was Tanvir, who was the son of the principal of Mewat Model School. It was because of this that Vipin had a fight with Tanvir and was later expelled from the school. Actually, it was Tanvir who started this fight. He punched Vipin first. But since he was the principal's son, everyone thought he was right and blamed Vipin and expelled him from the school. After leaving school, Vipin struggled to survive on the brink of poverty. He never thought of a relationship again. Now when Radhika mentioned it, his memories came back. Thinking about all this, his attention went to Miss Ahana. Her beautiful face flashed in his mind. He got off his bike and looked at a package. He was taken aback by the address on the package. Leisure Park, house number 7. This is Miss Ahana's address. Vipin was surprised to read the address because it was a coincidence. He was thinking about Miss Ahana a while back. He immediately called her and found out that she was at home. He quickly went to her house. He rang the doorbell and the door was immediately opened. A beautiful girl appeared inside. Miss Ahana! Vipin greeted her with a bow of his head. You are here! Miss Ahana said as she stood up leaning against the door. Her eyebrows rose and she looked at Vipin strangely. I haven't seen this guy for just a few days, and why do I feel that he has changed a lot? His aura is completely different now. Ahana thought to herself. Hey Vipin, I haven't seen you for a few days and you've grown so pretty. She covered her mouth and laughed, a slight twang in her voice. Vipin blushed and rubbed the back of his head. Don't make fun of me, Miss Ahana. I am telling the truth. You look much prettier than before, Miss Ahana said. Ahana moved towards him and looked at his face closely. When she came close to him, Vipin could smell her scent. Really? Your skin has turned fairer. Radhika ji was right. What kind of truth? Vipin was confused. Beauty cream. Miss Radhika told me about it yesterday. She said she bought a box of beauty cream from you. She said it was made from some ancient recipe. I didn't believe her at first, but now that I see you, I think she was speaking the truth. Oh, Vipin replied. The Miss Radhika that Miss Ahana was talking about was none other than Mr. Mohan's wife, Radhika. And it was no surprise that Miss Ahana knew her, as both of them lived in Leisure Park. Yes, I have such a beauty cream. Miss Radhika also bought 10 cans, said Vipin. But I don't think you need that cream because your skin is already so beautiful. Miss Ahana laughed. You are so funny, Vipin. Then she said in surprise, What did you say? Miss Radhika bought 10 cans? Then this must be a good cream. Do you have any more? I also want to try it once. Okay, I will deliver it to you in the afternoon. How much does it cost? Said Vipin with some hesitation. 5,000, but the first one is free. If you want more, Miss Ahana, I will give you some discount too. Now it was Miss Ahana's turn to be surprised. Her charming eyes widened and she looked at Vipin strangely. She thought Vipin was joking. It was a bit funny that a can of homemade beauty cream cost 5,000 rupees. Was this guy crazy or was she going crazy herself? Miss Radhika really bought it? For 5,000 each? Her voice turned dry. Yes, if you don't believe me, you can ask her. Miss Ahana looked at Vipin for a while and then smiled. Okay, I believe you. You deliver a box this afternoon. I also want to see the miracle of that beauty cream. Okay, Vipin replied. After delivering the package, Vipin bought some cigarettes and good wine for Anand uncle. He told him that he met a nice man and he got a good amount of money after doing some work for him. After that, Vipin returned home to make some beauty cream, which he later gave to Miss Ahana. For the next few days, Vipin would make deliveries and make potions during the day, and meditate to increase his powers at night. Every day he would absorb 2 bottles of the spiritual liquid, which would speed up the pace of increasing his powers. But this process was very expensive. It took herbs worth 15,000 rupees to make 1 bottle of spiritual liquid, meaning 2 bottles daily cost 30,000 rupees. It was like burning money. He also made a list of other medicines and creams and thought of improving the packaging design so that there would be no gaps in their marketing. About a week later, he got a call from Mr. Mohan. Hey Vipin, do you have any more herbal tea? Those friends of mine keep pestering me for that nice tea every day. I would almost go crazy, and so many people want that aphrodisiac. After the call, Vipin went to Leisure Park. He gave 10 bottles of the aphrodisiac, 20 bottles of the weight loss medicine, and 10 cans of the beauty cream to Mr. Mohan. The amount for all this was about 4 lakh rupees. Hey Vipin, I told my friends about you, and they are very eager to meet you and want to know you better. What do you think about it? Vipin hesitated. What's there to think about? All my friends are politicians and officers. If you get to know them, it will be beneficial for you in the future. Vipin thought for a while and then agreed. Okay, it's fixed. I will take you to meet them tomorrow night. Okay, Vipin, but I don't have any problem with your clothes, but still you should wear some good clothes tomorrow. Now you have a lot of money, so there is no harm in spending some money. As it is said, whatever is seen sells. Vipin promised to meet Mr. Mohan tomorrow night and left from there. While riding his bike, he was thinking that he had never bought better clothes than these. After thinking for a while, he came to DLF Mall on his 3-wheeler bike. DLF Mall was one of the biggest malls in Gurgaon city, where clothes of different brands were available. Some brands of clothes were so expensive that not everyone could afford them. As soon as Vipin stepped into the mall, countless eyes started staring at him strangely. Some eyes were full of disdain, while some were full of hatred. At that time, Vipin was wearing a white shirt and torn jeans. His shoes were also a little torn, and even his hair was dirty. Dressed like this, he looked very poor. In the olden days, people used to wear similar colorful clothes, who did not even know the F of fashion. Look where that poor boy is sneaking in. Hey, that poor boy is trying to enter DLF Mall. Doesn't he know where he is going? If he buys even one piece of cloth from there, his entire month's salary will be spent on that. People around were whispering. Vipin clenched his fists in anger and ignored them and continued to walk inside. Looking around, he entered a shop. A salesgirl standing in the shop saw him and made a funny face with her eyebrows furrowed. Her scornful expression was clearly visible. What is such a poor, unkempt boy doing in DLF Mall? The salesgirl thought to herself on seeing Vipin. Seeing Vipin reach out to touch a business suit, she immediately shouted, "Don't touch it! You won't be able to buy this suit!" Vipin's eyes narrowed in anger, but he did not stop even after listening to the salesgirl and started touching the business suit. Hey, are you deaf? I told you not to touch it, didn't you hear? These clothes are expensive. If they get dirty, can you pay for them? The salesgirl came to him shouting angrily. Vipin looked at the price tag and laughed. Just 9,000, is that too much? Oh, hello, Mr. Fatichar. 9,000 is not much, but looking at your beggarly condition, it doesn't seem that you can even afford to touch it. You can only dream of buying this business suit. The salesgirl gave him an angry look and grabbed the business suit. Vipin narrowed his eyes, and his face became even more stern. He then said coldly, "What has happened to the workers of today? Instead of attending to the customers, they have started judging them by their clothes.